What's up guys, I'm Nick and this is Build Dad Build, a place where we believe that absence makes the heart grow fonder.
What kind of horsepucky is that? The only way to a man's heart is Budweiser Tall Boys.
Well, apparently you have met my new shop assistant, Red. I'm sorry. Today is kind of a viewer request video. I'd made this off camera and somebody asked me to make a video showing how I made it, so we're gonna make another one today. This is just a layered art project or a layered laser cut project. This is 8 layers of 3mm material, and it just has kind of that cool 3D effect. I went ahead and added some color into this one, and I was asked if I could show how to make it. So we're gonna do that today. Now, I picked up this file on designconcepts.net. There's plenty of places where you can pick up these files. I did pay for that. I would suggest going and checking out Rich's website, Louisiana Hobby Guy's website. Rich's website is engraveandcutfiles.com. He has a bunch of different kinds of files in there. He has a lot of free stuff in there. The paid stuff, if you're a patron, you actually get an additional discount off the paid stuff, but just a ton of stuff, and it's everything. He's made all of these himself, so definitely go check it out. Go check out his channel. He's the light burn guru. And now that I've sufficiently kissed his ass, let's get to work. I will link to this file down below. It is a couple of bucks. And today the material we're gonna be using is, I'll be using some 3mm walnut and some 3mm Baltic birch ply, because that's what I have on hand. You can do this with just about anything. It usually helps to have 2 different colors, so you kind of have the contrast in there, but we are gonna paint some of the middle layers too, to kind of have this red and the pink pop a little bit. So basically you download the file and it will give you 8 pieces. So we're gonna cut out each one of those pieces individually, and then we'll get to assemblage after that's done. Fair warning, this thing is about this one that I made is like 8 inches tall, and this video will probably span like a day or 2 just to cut out the pieces. I should have guessed that if you started first thing in the morning, you could probably get these all cut out in the same day, but it's like noon already, and the kids get out of school early, so I'm really doubting that. We're gonna be using the xTool D1 to cut this. This is the 10-watt variety, or flavor, if you will. This is gonna cut a little faster than the 5-watt, but you can do this on a 5-watt laser as well. If you're interested in this unit, I will leave a link to it down below, along with my promo code, which will get you 8% off. And when you're looking into lasers, 8% is a nice little bonus to have off of the price.
All right, let's get to it.
I had quite a few of you guys ask me about this spoil board that I use when I cut. Basically, this is just a perforated piece of metal, and then these are like the little spiky things that back in the 80s used to be on the gloves and the, and the leather jackets and stuff like that, and they just screw in the back. I picked all this stuff up off of Amazon. I'll put the links to this stuff in the description as well. This is kind of a really cheap way to come up with a honeycomb. I do have a honeycomb on the way for the xTool, but honeycombs are fairly expensive. So this is kind of a cheaper version to kind of get the same result. Basically, you want to have a little breathing room underneath whatever you're cutting, so you don't burn the backside, and it's gonna let it breathe a little bit better too. I'd say I'm feeling a little wacky today. Dare I say I feel a little zany, if you will. All right, so the first cut is going to be the very back piece, which is just a heart shape. So I think this will be the quickest one to cut. I am using LaserBox Basics, a proprietary software for the xTool to do this. This project doesn't require any like advanced tools, so it's just a little bit easier to do it into here. We're going at 100% power, 3 millimeters per second. So what is that, like 180 millimeters per minute? And away we go. It is the next day. It is significantly colder today. We had a little cold patch come into Houston, so I'm cold, man. Cold. Always one where you're like, okay, man, I got all the stuff, and then you realize that you didn't get that one little niblet. All right, niblet abolished. Abolished? I think yesterday I made it sound like these things were going to take forever to cut. The front and the back. So like this cut and this cut don't take hardly any time. The back doesn't take hardly any time because it's just the heart shape. So the ones in the middle, like these guys, end up being about 30 minutes a piece. So next we're gonna focus on these two layers. These are layers 4 and 5 right in the middle. And what we're gonna do is we're going to paint this one pink and this one red. We wanna paint this one pink, this one, they go like this. We're gonna paint this one pink so the red is really gonna pop on top of it. I love the smell of burnt wood. Just love it. Not ideal spray painting weather, but we do with what we gotta do, right? All right, let's get after it. Just using what I have laying around the shop. Yeah, I don't know why I have pink laying around the shop. But if you don't want to use pink, you can use white. That'll make this pop as well. And then this is just a matte fire red. Honestly, it's just what I have laying around. You could do gloss or whatever. Not a big deal. I think this is gloss, actually. Yeah, so the candy pink is gloss. Used to call me Pinky Malone back in the day. Now is kind of the hurry up and wait portion of this because gluing these things together just takes time. But just to recap, okay, I accidentally cut the back piece, which is just a solid piece. When I smushed it down to 200 millimeters, I didn't link it, so it was still the same width and it didn't fit. I was gonna cut another one, but I mean honestly, this is the back piece behind that, so I think it'll be fine to just have these little holes in there. So we're just gonna go with a 7-layer glue up. The file does have 8 layers. So we're gonna go like this, basically 1, 2, pink is 3, pink is still a little wet because it's cold here, 4 is red, and then 5, the files are numbered too. I'm not like, I'm also getting paint on everything apparently. 6 and then 7. So our glue up is gonna look like this when it's finished. Let's set that in front of the heater on the floor while we glue these 2 first pieces up. And now I'm gonna teach you the trick that is gonna make your life a whole lot easier when you do this. I will be using CA glue. This is by StarBond. This is just a medium density CA glue, clear, basically clear super glue. And I will be using this accelerator from StarBond as well. Basically what this does is it speeds up the drying time of the CA glue, which is already pretty quick, right? Now, first things first, I've been an affiliate with StarBond forever. I'll put the link down below. If you're doing any sort of laser cutting, you should have CA glue in the shop. And if you're gonna have CA glue in the shop, you might as well use my discount code and get it for cheaper. Check out that link and save yourself some money. Now, having said that we're gonna use the accelerator, we're gonna use it a little differently than you normally do, because you do wanna have the working time to make sure that you get your 2 pieces together and lined up. So what I do as kind of a cheat is I put the CA glue on the first piece. I'm gonna place the second piece on top, and once I get the 2 pieces lined up, I spray the CA glue and try to get it just kind of in the corners here, and then I'm gonna set weight on top of it, and hopefully between the 2 of those, it'll set up. Finish this off, I'm just using a little clear gloss lacquer. This is just what I had. I would suggest using a spray. It's just easier to get into all the nooks and crannies with a rattle can. So we've got a couple coats of clear gloss lacquer on the heart now. Before we take a look at it, I just want to say thanks to you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing. It helps me out more than you guys know, and it costs you nothing. And as always, an extra special thanks goes to all of my Patreon members. This channel would not be where it is without you, especially my top tier or Boilermaker patrons. Stephen Mann, Eric Weiss, Chuck Faulkner, Derek Coates, Puffy Muffins, Jim Carter, Andy the Viking, Dwight Smith, and Christopher Walters. Clinkies.
Want strawberries? Come here. Yeah.
You want blueberries?
Yeah.
I don't think I have any blueberries, bud.
Strawberries.
You want strawberries? Do you want strawberries if I don't have blueberries, buddy?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what you're doing?
Yeah. Wait, you want to play? We're playing.
You're playing?
Can I use this flag since Ozzy had a flag?
Yes.
Yay, I can use it.
All right, let's check her out. Check that out. I think that red and pink just gives it that extra bit of funkiness, if you will, of being funky. And I obviously don't have a good way to hang this yet, so let's try to get some shots. You guys get the idea though. Guys, I hope you get to see how easy it is to make one of these. It's really not that difficult. It's a little bit more laser intensive than anything else. Okay, so I hope you guys got a little inspiration out of this project. Maybe you want to do something for Valentine's Day, or maybe now you just want to try your hand at a multi-layered laser cut. And I hope you see that it's not nearly as intimidating as people think it is. That being said, I don't want to waste any more of your time. So until next time, thanks for playing. Now I gotta get to work. Woo-hoo! We'll link to this video. Jesus, Nick, talk. Whoa! That is a red one. I really gotta stop doing that before I gotta get to work on this bourbon. Where's the bourbon, bitch? Remember that? What movie is that from? Comments down below.